Abusia for your mama nyina mo akwababa for 1G. Three for frabo more than so subscribe and like videos no. No about more than so wa share. Wa dwen kyerɛ so hia sɛ de nyina ebetimi aboa ebeba Ghana ho ban. Abusia yewura Mahama na abusia first of all no yes say nsuo tap nkyerɛni a wagye wo. Na yewura Mahama na aba abɔnten abɛka nsɛm bi about the violence ɛkɔ so. We say party normal class. We say party back normal titu or match settle normal the party back so normal kunkum nkɔfoɔ prepare nkɔfoɔ no ordinary no abetum. Na wɔkasa no what the one Kesi bi to what is to say president anhwɛ na just one CC saa nsɛm wei a de bɛba no ɛnyɛ kra. So yɛnkɔ ne nkɔtie Yewura Mahama nsɛm bi a wɔkaeɛ.
Now, still on the matters of security, presidential candidates of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has warned the failure of the current government to bring perpetrators of violence acts to book ahead of the December election could lead to a state of anarchy in the country. He emphasized that if the people lose trust in the ability of the state to protect them, they will take measures to defend themselves, which could lead to a bloodbath. The former president made these remarks while responding to a question from a chief of the Upper West Regional House of Chiefs when he called on them as part of his 3 days campaign tour of the region. Abdul Hanan has more in this report.
Started as a routine weekend political health walk in a bid to galvanize voters ahead of the December 7 elections turned violent as supporters of the two leading political parties, the NDC and the NPP, clashed at Mobi, a suburb of Accra, resulting in 2 being shot and 4 others sustaining injuries. Even though the Ghana Police Service has launched an intelligence-led operation to arrest the perpetrators of the shooting incident, presidential candidates of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, expressed concern about the situation and called on moral voices of society to speak up against such incidents.
People had weapons and they fired shots and injured people. The reason why this continues is because there's impunity. Those who have those weapons know that nothing will happen to them. They will do it and get away with it because they are operatives of the system. They are people who belong to the political establishment. I saw one clear picture of one of them holding his pistol. Just watch, nothing will happen to them. And as long as nothing happens to them, it will continue. And that's why often I say that the moral voice of society must be heard. And the moral voice of society resides in our chiefs, our religious leaders, our civil society organizations.
However, the former president is of a firm belief that the perpetrators will not suffer any punishment while referencing the aftermath of the Ayawaso West Wagon by-election incident.
It's not that these people are not known. The people are known. The society knows those who fired those shots and injured those people. But again, like Ayawaso West Wagon, even if a commission of inquiry is set and says these people should be dealt with, government won't deal with them. And as long as that government doesn't deal with them, others will be emboldened to do the same thing. And so I feel a bit helpless about it. The point is, we are peace-loving, but it gets to a time when people must defend themselves. And if this continues, a time will come, others would also arm themselves with guns, and it will become a shootout. When it becomes a shootout, more people will be killed. In this case, the shooting was in one direction, and so all those who were injured were on one side. But like I'm saying, if impunity develops and it continues, a time will come, people will realize that the state cannot protect them. And when people realize the state cannot protect them, then they take measures to defend themselves. And when that happens, we really would have a bloodbath.
With less than 2 months to the December 7 elections, Mahama and other stakeholders are concerned about election security and challenge the state security services to stand firm in dealing with these repeated acts of violence. Meanwhile, the police in a statement said 1 person has so far been arrested in connection with the incident and are working round the clock to get all identified perpetrators arrested to face justice. Reporting for GH1 News, Abdul Hanan Adam. Wow.
Nsema Yewura Mahama kan yi obadwen ba bia nim se ne kwan so ano abadwen ba bia sɛ na kwan so ano no nti we sɛ ne anya na politics ama yankɔtena ba bia yankɔ defend sɛ na NPP ni bi ho a PPP CPP ho a bi yankɔtena ba bia yankɔ defend nsɛm we nsɛm we yɛsɛ nyina yɛbɔ na chidom na etimi hwɛ na esiesie cause CNCC the basa ya na beba Ghana tebusu ade we sɛ no bia politicize no asɛm a wɔka we ɛnyɛ so wɔyɛ propaganda na so wɔka bibia tia government no he's just telling the facts and the truth you know. Everybody should back me up. Don't politicize these things. Somebody a mobile, you know. SMTM Chai, Namoshe Ghana first, and your party first, Ghana first.
Talking about arrest and the contractor of the said blast not being found in the area, can you tell us about the security arrangements so far in that area?
Hello, come again, please.
Can you tell us about the security arrangements in the area after the blast?
Sure. So the place, there's a buffer zone. They have, tipped the area with the buffer tip. And so the security, in fact, the regional police, the Central East Regional Police Command and its team, the fire service and its team, and the immigration have also come there to make sure nobody comes to that point. In fact, traders who sustain injuries, in fact, nobody, I'm not sure anybody will come to the place this one because of the incident, and the place has been tipped. The security over there is very high, and they are telling people not to come closer to where the pit is. And in fact, this has become very, very, bad to the people of that who are living within that community, and they are asking for support. Those who, felt this kind of injuries, they are looking for support from authorities. And in fact, they have nobody to come to their aid to visit. And now that they have had this incident, they are calling for the authorities to come to their aid and make sure they are well. And for now, only 3 have been confirmed dead. And the others are responding to treatment, and others have been also referred. So the security on the point is very high, and nobody is coming closer. We are yet to visit the place this morning and give update on it, please.
Banahini, you talk about the victims asking for support, but have you cited any government official since the incident happened a few hours ago?
Yes. Yesterday, after we visited the site, we saw the PC, the parliamentary candidate for the Gomwa East district, that in the person of Mr. Peitu, who came there with his van and his men, who visited, approached the victims, and in fact, that is what they made to him, that they need support because for now they have nobody in their life, and this has happened to them also, and so they will need their support in order for them to, come out from their, recent happenings. And so the PC, the current people, Gomwa East District, Mr. Pate Desmond, visited the place, approached the victims, and he also spoke with the hospital administrator, and then he promised to come back and then make sure their well-being is assured.
Nahini, thank you for this update, but be rest assured that we'll be coming back to you for updates on this in a subsequent bulletin. But let's still stay on the issue of security. Now, the Ghana Police Service has declared wanted the man who was captured in a video footage with a weapon during the disturbances that occurred between supporters of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress at Mobi in Accra. The images of the suspect, who is identified as Fatawu Motorway, have been circulated for the public to assist the intelligence-led operation to get him and other perpetrators arrested to face justice. Calm has, however, returned to Mobi after violent clashes between supporters of the governing NPP and the opposition NDC during a health walk over the weekend. Residents in the area want the police to apprehend the suspects and ensure their prosecution to serve as a deterrent to others who may want to create chaos in the area.
What was meant to be a peaceful walk on Sunday turned into a violent clash between supporters of the NDC and the 24 hours after the incident, I'm here at Onway to ascertain what exactly happened.
We're having a walk, as we normally do every weekend. And we've been doing this over the years. It is alien of Ayawa enough. When we meet, we handshake each other, we joke and we go. Because what binds us far outweighs what divides us. What divides us is just NPP and NDC. And it's a matter of choice. So we were really disappointed that there was a misunderstanding that led to gunshots.
Me like this and the work now go, me the NPP where we go. So as we they go, we can't pass it like this. We where they go. So as we can where we see the NPP, NDC people where they can't play them too. So when a bouncers where they want to back no, they talk the NDC people say that make them wait to let us go before we they go can pass. So they they don't want this. They go standing then. So that's when the misunderstanding come where they do confusion for you, then the gunshot came inside.
So unexpected, where we see say they can't cross the NPP people for here. Where the NPP people they talk them say make them go back, then say no, make them go back. Make them use the other lane to the calculated way, make them go past the highway, tell them say no. Hey, unfortunately, misunderstanding comes more. So as the misunderstanding comes more, the other one the Popo ni the Wộórsen braso. So what I say, Popo ni eti Popo. The enemy say 2 hours knockout to Nukura there.
Yesterday na
Nukura the only be na me did you say.
Now you did it.
Yeah, I did here. I did here live. We I see someone too for the main high street there. How that one there be physical.
They say that they should like 9 people, it be true.
Yeah, that one there, me, to my scene is about 2. I saw just around here, 1 shot and 1 stabbed. But the rest there on the high street, that's where the action was on. High street, high mention was upon high street, Only we heard about more than 30 bullets. And therefore stop, because if they don't stop, we're not going to live in the community safely.
Security has been beefed up in the area. Calm has been restored. Now residents are having some relief to move about and do their business. Reporting for GH1TV, I am Benjamin Saki.
Now, well, still on the issue of elections, the opposition NDC has rejected the Electoral Commission's exhibition of the voters' register online, which begins today. That is Tuesday, October 15 to Saturday, October 19. The NDC says the online exhibition amounts to nothing if those in the rural areas and those who are without internet cannot access it. The director of the IT of the party also noted that the EC is yet to submit a copy of the new voters register to them, which is yet to be exhibited, that is today. The EC has come under scrutiny recently, with several key political stakeholders raising concerns about discrepancies in the provisional voter register and the potential risks posed by cyber attacks. And that's it with yesterday's news with me, Evelyn Araba Edu. Lantam Papanko is already in the studio to serve you with GH breakfast show. Hello, Lantam.
Hello, Araba. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. But have you heard the latest from the Ghana Police Service about 8 investigations into the accident that occurred at East Legon over the weekend?
Well, yeah, the Ghana Police Service, I believe, will continue to conduct investigations. And the preliminary findings, some of the preliminary findings are out. So I'm pretty sure in the coming days we'll know the full details. And I'm pretty sure the law is going to take its course in this particular subject matter. But thank you very much, Araba, for bringing us the GH Today news, heavily represented in your pink, because it is Pink October. Thank you very much for that. But this is GH Today here on GH1 Television, and we're excited that you've tuned into GH1 Television this morning, tuning in for the news. And now for GH Today here on GH1 Television, we're happy to be transmitting to you live from our studios here at the Platinum Place in Accra. And from now till 10 a.m., we're here with you to make sure that we give you nothing but the very best and to serve you breakfast, and that is going to put a smile on your face. You're going to get educated, entertained, informed, and everything in between. My name is Lantam Papanko. Of course, I'm here with my co-host Lily Mohammed, and together through till 10 a.m., we've got an amazing show lined up for you. Today is a very interesting day, especially for Parliament, because Parliament is resuming before the 8th Parliament comes to an end. You know, we've got just about 53 days more till election 2024. And there is still quite some work that needs to be done in Parliament before this 8th Parliament comes to an end. And today, the reason why a lot of interesting things will be happening in Parliament, first of all, is because the repeal of the LI that allows people to mine in forest reserves is on the horizon, because we know that President Akufo-Addo has directed that steps be taken for that LI to be repealed. So it's one of the businesses, or should I say, one of the orders of the day today. So we'll be looking forward to seeing how all of that is going to play out. Also, I'm pretty sure you've seen a video of Haruna Idrisu, who is the former minority leader. He's member of parliament for the Tamale North constituency. Tamale South constituency, I beg your pardon. And he says that they are going to move a motion, or they are going to officially try and get the Speaker of Parliament to declare 4 seats in Parliament vacant, because those 4 seats are individuals who want to contest as independent candidates, and per their standing orders and per the rules and all of that. If someone belongs to a political party and decides that they are going to cross carpet or not going to represent that political party again, then their seats will be declared vacant. You know, there's a precedent to this. When the current second deputy speaker of parliament decided that he was going to contest as an independent candidate because he felt the NPP was not fair to him, and so he went ahead to contest as an independent candidate, the party, the NPP, wrote to the speaker, and the speaker declared his seat vacant. Professor Akroma declared his seat vacant before Parliament ended. So there is a precedent to this, right? That if you are with a political party and decide to leave the political party and contest as an independent candidate, they can take the steps that are necessary to declare your seat vacant. Of course, there are other circumstances if you cross carpets to another party and what have you. So there are 4 MPs, including one NDC MP. We will have the likes of Cynthia Morrison, who felt that she wasn't treated fairly in the NPP primaries, and so she's decided that she's going to contest as an independent candidate. But the court, has told her not to hold herself out as a parliamentary candidate. But she's filed processes at the High Court, so we'll see how all of that plays out. There's the second deputy speaker of parliament himself, the MP for Formula, who now, from being an independent candidate, is contesting on the ticket of the NPP. And there are 2 others, one other NDC MP and one other NPP MP. And so if this happens, it means technically the majority side in Parliament will be the NDC side. So it will be very interesting to see how that plays out in Parliament. And that's one of the things that you should look out for today. And you can trust us here at GH1TV that will be bringing you a coverage of all of that. Yesterday as well, we talked about the rate of road accidents. The rate of road accidents that have been happening in this country, from what happened at East Legon to one that happened on the Accra-Kumasi highway, which claimed some 6 or 7 lives. And then we heard of another road crash, which claimed 13 lives, according to reports. We're getting to the festive season, and anytime we're getting to the festive season, there are all of these road accidents happening because a lot of people are traveling up and down, and elections are also coming. We need to be very careful. We need to be very careful on the roads as drivers and even as passengers, prompting our drivers to be careful. These are things that we should not allow to continue to go on, because we can prevent them. And the number of deaths that have occurred between January and July alone in this country is alarming. Well over 1,000 people have lost their lives due to road accidents. And that's a serious situation that we have on our hands that we cannot continue to allow to happen. So let's be careful. Also, the fight against illegal mining is on. and we are not letting our foot off the gas as far as that fight is concerned. That fight must be won, and so we'll continue to talk about it as well. But hey, welcome to GH Today here on GH1 Television. We always love to begin with our quote of the day, so let's take a look at our quotes this morning. So our quote of the day today says, "The future depends on what you do today." And that's a quote by the famous Mahatma Gandhi. The future depends on...
This morning we begin the bulletin from the tragedy that's happened in Budum Bram yesterday, as a 7-month-old baby has miraculously survived a devastating stone blasting incident that shook the very foundations of Budum Bram. A routine stone blasting operation in the middle of a newly constructed road in the area went bad when the powerful explosion ripped through the air, sending debris flying in all directions. Tragically, 36 persons have been injured and properties damaged. However, amidst the destruction, a remarkable tale of survival emerged. A 7-month-old baby was found alive. Despite being mere meters from the blast site, the baby suffered only minor injuries. Matthias Scāṛy is the hospital's administrator, and this is what he has to say.
Doing our normal work when we heard a loud sound. Then, less than 2 minutes, the Okada people started rushing people in with various degrees of injuries. So, as has already been told, 3 came in. They were dead already when they came in. We've managed the situation with the police. Our staff worked very hard to stabilize those that are in critical condition has been referred. Though it was a bit difficult getting the national ambulance, finally one came. We are still waiting for one more that will take. So the one that came had to take 2 people at a go, and here we are waiting instead of one. So the 2 that are left, we are waiting. Among them all is a 7-month-old baby. It's among these 42. So just like you have been told, this is what happened.
So you just heard from the hospital's administrator, but now let's go to our man on the ground. That is Ejekum Banahini in Kasua. Ejekum, if you can hear me, what is the situation now after the blast last night?
Sure. So thank you very much, and good morning to our viewers. Now, when we visited the site and we approached the St. Gregory Hospital, we saw a number of people who have besieged the outskirts of the facility, and in fact, it was very, very worrisome. And in fact, families of these victims were crying. The atmosphere was very bad yesterday, and according to the hospital administrator, Mr. Matthias Scāṛy, that is the official report. He claims that 42 sustained degrees of injuries, and 3 individuals succumbed to their injuries and were pronounced dead at the scene. And moreover, 4 have been referred for further medical attention. In addition to all, 4 individuals have been discharged from the hospital after receiving treatment for minor injuries, and 9 in the male ward, and other 3 at the female ward, and 2 were referred at the Bawumia trauma, and the other 2 were referred to the 37 hospital, while the rest are responding to treatment at the St. Gregory facility. In fact, the cause of this incident is currently under investigation and by local authorities and safety experts. Among the 7-month-old baby survived the blasting, which was a very miracle. In fact, it was a shock to some residents who are living around the blasting site. And in fact, they are crying. And even though the contractor in the middle of the whole game is nowhere to be found, but we were told that 4 Chinese officers have been arrested pending investigation, my dear.
That's someone you know, video, videos. Who the echo so my gun. We also children. There are some Mahama Kens and the Quanswan one, the Quanswan one, and the Quanswan. Asama boy. Any question for Canasa, say, settle can and one. We shall try comment session. I say, like a video and share, and leave your comments. Thank you.